Hey there, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of Top 5. Top 5 is where I will take a specific professional wrestling topic and rank my top 5 occurrences for that topic. Here we will discuss the best WWE moments that happened while I was in attendance for the event. Whether you are a child or adult and a fan of professional wrestling, going to see an event live whenever WWE comes to your town is always a goal. I have been lucky enough to attend several WWE shows throughout my life. A quick count, which is unofficial because my memory sucks, shows that I have been to 15 WWE shows, with the majority being within the last 10 years. I have also attended shows in several different cities, such as Columbus, Cincinnati, and Cleveland in Ohio, as well as Indianapolis, Indiana, when I was stationed there while in the United States Army. This means that I have had the opportunity to see some great moments. Here I will rank my top 5 moments that I was in attendance to see. Let's start with number 5. When WWE picks your city to feature a pay-per-view, then they believe there is enough fandom in the local area to fill the arena. Columbus had issues with this in the 90s, so a pay-per-view didn't arrive in the Ohio capital city until 2005. Post-2010 has also seen a resurgence in attendance. Columbus was given the 2015 Money in the Bank event, and then 3 years later, we got the 2018 Fastlane show. While the matches were nothing to write home about during Fastlane, there was one moment that most didn't see coming. Charlotte Flair defended her women's championship during this SmackDown-only pay-per-view. Her opponent was Ruby Riott on this night. Flair would be pushed by the Riott Squad leader, but in the end, we saw a successful title defense. I can remember telling the guy sitting beside me, wouldn't it be cool if Asuka showed up to choose Flair for WrestleMania during the Flair match? Asuka, a Raw superstar, had won the Women's Royal Rumble match a month earlier. She won the right to choose which champion she wanted to face at WrestleMania 34. Charlotte had little time to celebrate her win when Asuka's music was played throughout the arena. The crowd reacted with a gasp when the undefeated Empress of Tomorrow walked to the ring. The guy sitting next to me gave me a fist bump and said, "Good call." The rated R superstar, Edge, has been responsible for several entertaining moments during his WWE career. During the fall of 2010, Edge was involved in many disagreements with the anonymous Raw general manager. A laptop computer was playing the role of the GM during this time. Anytime the GM wanted to communicate with a superstar, an email was sent to the arena where Michael Cole would read the message. During the September 27, 2010 episode of Monday Night Raw, Edge would invite the anonymous GM to his in-ring talk show, The Cutting Edge, in order to voice his displeasure with the decisions that had been rendered in favor of the rated R superstar's opponents during recent weeks. For the only time in its existence, the Raw GM used a computer voice, and a poor one at that, during the interview. A frustrated Edge would berate the laptop. As punishment, the Raw GM placed Edge in a match with John Cena. It appeared that Edge had won the match by pinning Cena. However, the Raw GM would nullify the victory as Cena's leg was under the bottom rope during the 3 count. Cena would recover and apply the STF. Edge had no choice but to tap out. After the match, Edge would walk to the GM computer location at ringside. While still using the electronic voice, the general manager would plead with the former world champion, but it was to no avail. Edge pushed down the GM podium and began to tear apart the laptop. For good measure, Edge would headbutt the smashed computer before heading to the dressing room. For months, WWE had installed LED boards for the ring posts as well as for the hard camera side of the ring skirt. I noticed something weird when I found my seat at the arena for this episode of Monday Night Raw. I saw the ring was different than I had gotten used to. There were no ring post LED boards. This was usually the ring setup when a steel cage match was going to be on the show. The LED boards would hinder the way the cage was constructed, so regular ring posts would be used. Here's why I thought the ring setup was odd. I didn't see a steel cage hanging from the ceiling. As the show started and went through the first few segments, the oddity of the way the ring looked was forgotten. Just as the thought had left my brain, a light bulb went on. There was a segment shown where the Big Show confronted Braun Strowman backstage. A match was scheduled to take place later in the night. As soon as I saw that we were going to get a match with 2 superhumans, I realized and said to myself, oh my God, they're going to break the ring. I will usually leave a Raw show early so that I can beat the traffic and get home sooner. That would not be the case on this night. I decided to stay until the very end just to see if I was right with my prediction. Braun and Big Show started their match, and they would tease the ring explosion spot a few times. Big Show would be propped up and sitting on the top turnbuckle. He would fight his way out of the predicament. Braun would climb to the top rope, but instead of being met in the corner, he jumped off and ran into a KO punch. Then it happened. Braun would nail a superplex on Big Show, and the ring broke like it was made out of glass. This would be a moment where I would mark out like a little teenage girl. The 2010 Elimination Chamber show was the night before this Monday Night Raw. During the World Heavyweight Championship Chamber match, The Undertaker was the odds-on favorite to successfully defend the big gold belt. Shawn Michaels would emerge from hiding, superkick Undertaker, and cause Chris Jericho to eliminate the dead man and dethrone the champion in the process. HBK desperately wanted a WrestleMania rematch because he came within an eyelash of ending Taker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania 25. When Michaels would fail in his try to win the 2010 Royal Rumble match that would give him the option to challenge Undertaker for his championship, drastic measures had to be taken. Shawn costing the dead man his title would surely get the attention that was needed to secure the match. Taker faced Michaels during an in-ring promo and agreed to face HBK at WrestleMania on one condition. Shawn would have to put his career on the line and retire if he were to lose. Michaels would accept the terms and the match was on. This moment was made even more special for me because when I watched Mania 26 on pay-per-view, I saw the hype package for the Taker-Michaels match and saw myself in the crowd. This is a holy shit moment that I will never forget as long as I live. Here are a couple more moments that deserve recognition, but just missed cracking the top 5. My mom is the one to thank for my attendance at this show. WWF was beginning a brand new pay-per-view tradition with the creation of the Survivor Series. Teams of 5 individuals would face each other in elimination matches. The contest wouldn't end until every member of one team had been eliminated. There were 4 matches featured during the event. Randy Savage led a team that defeated Honky Tonk Man's group. Fabulous Moolah and Sensational Sherry captained teams that faced each other. A match that featured 2 contingents of 5 tag teams each was delivered. The main reason everyone wanted to see this show is because of the main event. A team led by WWF champion Hulk Hogan squared off with Andre the Giant's quintet. This would be the first time that Hulk and Andre would be in the same ring since their clash in front of 93,000 plus fans at WrestleMania 3. The top moment of the show for me was when Hulk Hogan came to the ring with a huge American flag. Even though Hogan's team didn't win, I was proud to call myself a Hulkamaniac because of the patriotism that the Hulkster showed on this night. These are the WWE moments that gave me goosebumps. Seeing them live as they happened made these occurrences that much more special. What was a special moment that you witnessed? Leave a comment and let me know. Maybe you can make a list of your own and answer a question for me. This is my top 5. What's yours?